Hello then, and welcome to BRS Series 1. Today we are at Britain. It's round 1 of this season, and what a season we have ahead of us. 20 drivers on the grid. We've got a whole show. It's going to be full qualifying, then 50% race. This is going to be a very, very fun one indeed. The grid is so tight in terms of pace. We're talking about 5/10 throughout the whole field. It is going to be a ridiculously tight one. It's there, of course, with the famous name of Limitless in there as well. It really is going to be a good one. And we've already got a couple people on there out that then. Goldfinger is not the first man out. The first man out is actually BRT Stonks. A man I know the pace of very, very well. Expect him to be right the way up there. In this one, of course, a member of the BRT esports team. Hello, Mr. Koa. You might have heard me commentating before. I do IFC. I do ABRL. I have done BFE in the past. I did VRA before they stopped twice. I have done BBC. What else have I done? I've done HSR. I've been in a lot of places. So yeah, you might have heard me commentating before. I've cut down now. I've WOR as well. I've done tier 3 there. BRT Stonks in that Aston Martin coming through the final couple corners to start his lap of this beautiful Silverstone track. 5 people will be eliminated in this first qualifying session. Will BRT Stonks be one of them? We'll have to wait and see as he starts his lap. Getting up the gears into gear 8, pretty much flat out through the first part. It is flat out for him, of course it is. Very, very stable setup he's got on, and lovely through the first 2 corners, completely flat out until you reach turn 3. And again, very nice through there. Dropping down to gear 2 for the tight left-hander. And now gaining up the gears again through the little kink through there. And now down the back straights. Oh, one of 2 or 3 back straights, really. Now into the very, very tricky section here. Very easy to get your car off balance. Slightly off camber at the beginning part of this corner. Very easy to get wrong, but Stonks has got it perfectly. And now through flat-out kink. And now through Copse corner, a very, very famous corner here at Silverstone. He's lifted off slightly, so not going flat out, which makes sense. It is only Q1. People won't be pushing to their absolute limits quite yet. And now Stonks slightly touches the grass there. He activates the DRS. Of course, he's got purple sector 2. He's the first one to actually set a lap time through sector 2, so of course he is fastest. And now coming into the final couple corners, the final chicane of Silverstone. He tucks it in, probably takes a little bit too much curb there, unbalances the car slightly, but now on the accelerator, crossing line, what time will it be for Stonks? It's a 26.8, of course goes fast, he's the first man to complete a lap. Goldfinger has invalidated Wookie, the other man on a lap, and he is pulled into the pits. We're going to have to wait a while for another lap set, but Ryan is going to be the next one. Ryan, sorry. I have never seen him race before. It'll be interesting to see his pace around here. I don't know whether you guys know what kind of pace he's got, but yeah. If any of you know what kind of pace he has, I'd love to hear it. It's a brand new experience for me. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see who comes out on top here today. We know we've got some fast drivers, but who will be the fastest? Ryan now tucking his car nicely in, and towards Copse he goes through the little kink of a right-hander, and then through the tough Copse. Very easy to unbalance your car, very easy to spin out here. Will he lift? Yes, he will lift. Quite a lot actually, lifting fully before he entered the corner, and then slightly during the corner, so being quite conservative is Ryan. What split will he get in sector 2 then, as he comes across the split time now? It's a 103.5. It's a purple sector 2 as well for Ryan. He is looking strong, faster than Stonks in that second sector. What kind of time can he put together overall here then? In this AlphaTauri, he's looking to put himself right the way up into provisional pole. Of course, he would be the second person, but that would immediately put him in a nice place in this Q1 session, making sure that he's right the way up there, trying to make sure he doesn't have to set another lap time. But no, he doesn't go faster than Stonks. 27.1, 3/10 off of Stonks' time, almost 4. MBSFN on a lap now as well. I haven't seen him race in a while, MBSFN. Millsy goes up into third. But MB, I really have not seen him race in a long, long time. The last time I saw him race must have been back in March of last year, when I saw him race last. Yeah, must have been. So a long, long time ago. We'll see what he can put together here as he comes through the Maggots-Beckett's complex, and he's looking good. Is MBSFN so far? He activates that DRS. What split time will it be? It's a 103.191, slightly slower than Ryan through there, and Ryan only second so far. Supply Raptor has also finished his lap. He's gone up into 4th place in that Alpine. Got some support in the chat for Mark and Kimmy. Kimmy, of course, the owner of the server, and MBSFN goes up into 2nd place. So it's a 1-2 for Aston Martin so far. On a lap coming through the long straight now. Dizzy, well, he's coming, just finished that long straight and now heading towards Cops. Snipes doing the exact same thing. Kimmy spun at Cops corner. Kimmy has spun himself round and he hasn't got any damage. He'll be able to go again. Rusty activates that DRS and starts heading down the straight. Rusty, one of the fastest drivers on Xbox, expect him to be right the way up there. Alphanasis, I think, I'm just going to call him Alpha, is coming towards Cops now as well. Ollie coming through the final corner. What time will Ollie get? It's enough for the fastest lap, and it's a 26.7 so far in this session. He's looking strong in Q1 so far as Ollie, but I think he might actually have to go out again. We'll have to wait and see what other times people set, won't we? Geno near the end of his lap now. And Dizzy, yeah, Dizzy, yeah, it is Dizzy. No, it's not. Crossing the line there. It was Snipes crossing the line. One of the McLarens must have been validated. It's a shame for them. But, what? Wow, oh, I lost him already. Geno, there we go. Up into P8, Geno went. It's not a great time so far. He's actually a decent way off the pace. Almost a second, in fact. Alpha moves up into P3, and that Williams, very nicely done so far. And Rusty goes fastest, of course he does, by 4/10 of a second. ETE Rusty, we know his pace. You must have all heard his name before. Absolutely rapid driver, and he moves up into 1st. Goldfinger's invalidated again. Dizzy through Cops, lifts quite significantly. Mark now on the power. Actually quite hesitant on the accelerator there. He probably could have put it down a little bit earlier, but doesn't want to spin out, doesn't want to ruin this one, so taking it a little bit conservative. Yeah, he does lift off through Cops as well. Yeah, Rusty extremely fast. Not rivaled in some ways. And Kimmy now 12 seconds up. Not a great time last time. Where would he go? Oh, it stays in the same place, but only less than a 10th off his teammate now. So looking all right is Kimmy so far. Not too far off the pace. Definitely not as far as his previous lap where he spun. TRL Limitless on a lap, and this is the guy who you want to be watching. He's got a whole host of fans behind him. I think he's streaming right now. He's streaming his POV. Well, we're going to watch his POV as well as he comes down towards Cops in this Haas car. A lovely livery, except for the fact that it's the Russian flag. It's actually, I think it's quite a nice design, I have to say. It's not amazing. Yeah, I have only just started BRS commentating. This is my first stream for BRS, which means something's going to go wrong. Something always goes wrong at my first time commentating for a new league every single time, as he activates that DRS and heads down towards Stone. Now he's at a purple sector 2, and he's looking very, very fast. Is Limitless Through Stowe he goes. Very tricky corner, very easy to understeer, but he's got that nice and tucked in. He's running out of fuel though. This will be his last attempt in this before he has to pit. He misses the apex slightly in the first part of that chicane. And now across the line he comes. What time will it be for TRL Limitless? It's enough for P3. Very, very nicely done. But only he's 0.05 of a second off of Ollie. Still a big gap to Rusty. And Ollie actually setting still up there in the pit. Stonks on his outlap. And Mark has gone up into P5 in that time. Luciano in the Red Bull coming towards Cops. And so is Levi now as well, as he's coming down the back straight towards Stowe. And he's looking very fast, is Levi. He was about 0.2 faster than Limitless was in that second sector split. And Snipes has moved up into P3 in that Alpine now, so Limitless drops down to P4. And now Levi coming through the final couple corners. What time can Levi set in this Q1 session? He crosses the line. It's going to easily be enough. Easily be enough for that fastest lap there. 4 whole hundredths of a second. Of course, that's not ridiculous, but it's so much further ahead than Ollie, Snipes and Limitless in the 0.7s, Eli and Rusty in the 0.2 and 0.3s in a class of their own at the moment. Stonks 1.5 tenths up in that first sector alone. We'll have to wait and see the split once he passes the Maggots-Beckett's complex. Is Limitless on another lap? No, he's not. He's put yellow flags around him because he's run out of fuel. Luciano starting another lap. Wookie starting his lap. And Nari just starting their lap as well. And MBSFN also on a lap. So the two Aston Martin guys on their laps. And Stonks has improved by 0.2 now in that second sector. That would be enough to jump him up into P3. He'll want more though, and he'll be hungry to chase after Rusty's time. Well, Levi's time. I can't actually see it right now. It's like blending into the background. It's a 0.282 is Levi's, obviously still in the 26s. And Stonks crosses the line. It's enough for P3. Very nicely done. And he's almost in no man's land there at the moment, is Stonks. He's got about a 0.2 gap between him and Ollie, and a 0.2 gap between him and Rusty. MBSFN has moved up into P7 with his last lap, and fairly has invalidated. We'll be moving on to a lap now. Dizzy starts a lap. Wookie about to finish one then. What time can he set in that Mercedes car? Another really nice livery. That blackout is amazing. So shame they're going to move back to the silver arrows, but of course better for marketing purposes. And he's up into P4. So Mercedes looking very strong at the moment. P1 and P4. Harry just starting another lap after moving up into P11 with their last one, and fairly up slightly in their current lap. Fairly, it's looking fairly good at the moment. I couldn't resist. Dizzy has invalidated, struggling to keep their laps valid at the moment. It's quite hard around this track, I have to say. I would expect some penalties from people. I wouldn't expect too much, of course. This is Series 1, but it's not going to be a completely penalty-free race, to say the least. Wookie coming towards Cops now. Don't think on a fast lap. No, definitely not on a fast lap. Stonks also not on a fast lap. Rusty coming around to start a fast lap. And this offender just pulling into the pits, so switch on to him. Nari on a slow one. I think just running out of fuel now. Fairley crossing the line. What time would it be for Fairley? It's enough for P14. Moves up one position, but only just 0.03 is the gap between him and Ryan. Goldfinger on a lap. Hasn't invalidated this one yet. Has invalidated a lot of them so far as Goldfinger, but he's managed to keep this one clean. Here are Limitless also on an outlap. So people on outlaps at the moment. Rusty, Limitless, Mark, Millsy, Ryan, Geno and Kimmy. You've got loads of people in the pits and a couple of people just on slowdown laps. Don't think many people are actually on proper laps. Yeah, fairly on a slowdown. So 2 people on fast laps, and the rest are on out laps or in the pits. But Limitless close to starting his lap, and so is Rusty. This is the man who's in second currently. He only needs 0.04 of improvement to go up into pole position in Q1. Of course, that won't actually be pole position, but it would be nice for him. Of course, it's a confidence booster, a big one at that, to be first in Q1. It shows you for sure that you're the fastest driver, and also strikes fear into your opponents if you go ridiculously fast. And he slowed down because he was slightly blocked by Supply Raptor there. Supply Raptor didn't quite get out of the way properly. So Rusty slowed down, and he's going to go again next time round, I would think. Oh, as MBS Defender's crashed, he's out! Or he's retired in the pits. I think he's retired in the pits, actually. So he will not be competing in the rest of this session. He thinks that's enough, but immediately someone goes faster. And who is that who's gone faster? It must be Alpha who crosses the line and goes faster than MBS Offense. We moved down to P10 already. It won't take that many more people to dethrone him from being in Q2. Mark doesn't need that much more. Fairly has retired as well. He won't be able to set another lap. Mark close to crossing the line. He moved up into P5 last time he completed the lap. Let's see where he gets this time round. Goldfinger still trying to set a valid lap here. Geno slows down. He's going for another lap here now, is Geno. Kimi just about to come down towards Cops. And where did he go? Mark went up into P8. Very nicely done from Mark there. Remember, bottom 5 will be eliminated. We'll have 15 people moving on to the second part of qualifying. Millsy gets a little bit off balance there through the final part of the Maggots Beck. It's complex, and he's just probably not quite on it. A little bit of concentration loss, and that's all it takes, and it does just send you off. Yeah, that's the difference here. It's not slow and fast. It's quick people, and some ridiculously quick people. That is the definition you have to make here. As Millsy crossed the line, what time would it be for him? It's an improvement, but not enough to gain any positions. As Levi has now retired in the pits as well. Remember, if you crash, you will not move on to the next part of qualifying. So if you think you're through, you might as well just retire in the pits and or just take it really slowly. Because no point in ruining your whole race because you wanted a faster lap in a qualifying session that doesn't matter that much. Fairly, I think, will end up being out of this qualifying session, but Ryan spins. That removes one person out of the competition for Fairly. Ryan will be out of this qualifying session. He won't improve on this lap time. So Stonks, Alf, and not Alpha. I keep on trying to say the whole name. Alpha, Ollie, and Mary are all finished their qualifying session. They will definitely not improve. Kimi on a fast lap, and Millsy, I think, doing another fast lap to try and save themselves. Goldfinger, this would be pretty much a first valid one, but no, invalidates it. Will be out of this part of qualifying. Supply Raptor is the next opportunity in P18. Can he get Fairly out? And no, he doesn't. It is actually... Who moved up? Not right the way up. I think they moved. Oh, Rusty sets another fastest lap. So Rusty right the way up into the lead now. It's a 26.2 for him. Very nicely done. I think it was Kimi who moved up. No, it wasn't. Someone moved up ahead of Fairly. It might have been Dizzy, actually. And that will mean that Fairly is out. And Supply Raptor, Goldfinger, and Ryan will also all be out of this part of qualifying. So Fairly, Ryan, Goldfinger, Supply Raptor, and Geno, we all lose in Q1. Some fast drivers to lose. Of course, these are not slow times at all. A 27.1. I wish I could drive that fast. The whole field split by about 1 second there. And of course, Geno retiring before the end, and mistakes from these three, and Fairly as well, of course. That it's definitely going to be close in the race. I have to say, we could see a long DRS train from first to last. I would not be surprised, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Rusty fastest in that part of qualifying. It's going to be between Rusty and Levi for this pole position as it stands, really, isn't it? They're in a field of their own, really. They're just having their own little race. They're in a class of their own. You might as well create a Series 0 for them at this stage. But 3/10 is not that much, I have to say. And it's possible that Stonks, Wiki, Alpha, Limitless, and Ollie, well, they're all the guys within 5/10. It could be that they weren't pushing completely. And Ollie only setting one lap. Of course, that was his original lap. He has not improved from that. Didn't go out again. So he could definitely improve. And I don't think Stonks did go out for 2. So Ollie, though, watch out for him. He only did 1 lap in the first part of qualifying. We'll have to wait and see. And Alpha and Limitless, very, very close on speed. 1,000th of a second separates them. If you guys have any predictions for the race, please do put them in the chat. I'd love to hear what you guys think is going to go down in this one, because it is going to be an extremely close race, and it could go to pretty much anyone. Alright then, we have started Q2. And we are down to 15 drivers. Of course, these tyres are going to be the ones, if you qualify in the top 10, these tyres are going to be the ones that you'll be using in the second part of, in the start of the race, sorry. So if you qualify in the top 10, the tyres you qualify on here, you will start the race on. So you've got to be careful with it, and you've got to make the right decision. Seems like most people will be going for that medium compound of tyre, though, and that would make the most sense. You want to qualify on the correct tyre for the race, but, well, I have to say, you need a very, very fast time on the mediums if you want to get through on them, because otherwise people are just going to be banging in laps on the softs and absolutely destroying you, because it's one of those tracks where you need a lot of grip, especially through Maggots and Beckett's, and, of course, Cops. And even turns 1 and 2 as well. You need a lot of grip. And Stowe, you need a lot of grip around this track. And that medium compound tyre, of course, has less grip than the soft. Will last longer, which is why it's the better race tyre. But yeah, it does not have as much grip as the softs. So will be slower through those sections. And, of course, in acceleration as well. You have to be slightly more careful. That makes sense fairly. Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? You could rise up through the field very quickly. It would definitely be possible with how close this field is. And if someone gets slightly bogged down at the start, which is decently easy to do, especially with a lot of, I think, well, pretty much all of these guys, I think, are running no traction control. That's my hunch, I think. Most of them will be running no traction control, so very easy to mess up the start, very easy to mess up any traction zone, in fairness. So you never know, you could be flying up the order at the beginning, of course, with a free choice of tyre as well. Millsy will be the first person to start and probably complete a lap in that Haas car with a really nice helmet. That's actually really well designed. Love the orange and blue, of course, McLaren colours. And I'm a McLaren fan myself. That's very, very nice indeed. But they are in the Uricale Haas. Might as well be called that at this stage. In Mick Schumacher's Haas as well. As he now gets up the gears to start their flying lap here. The first flying lap of Q2 and the first flying lap we've seen on the medium compound tyre. It will be flat out through turn 1, but doesn't shift up into 8th gear. That's the interesting part there. So not really flat out, could have shifted up to 8th gear and gone a little bit faster, but decides to stay in gear 7 as they now head down the back straight towards the tricky little complex, which is a right-left, almost chicane, but it's an almost hairpin into a hairpin, and it's a tricky one to get right, but he's got it pretty nice there, and had to have 2 stabs at the wheel there to get it turned in properly, unfortunately, but not taking the tightest line they possibly could, maybe still a little bit conservative, but that is flat out from the inputs. That was completely flat out from Millsy there. So gaining confidence through Cops and absolutely going for it. And now goes a little bit wide though, has to really slam on the throttle to be able to get it round that corner well enough as they now head down towards Stowe. It's looking like a good lap so far from Millsy. We'll have to wait and see when they cross the line. No, I need to stop saying that. That's like a catchphrase for me. But coming into the final couple corners, what kind of time can Millsy set? Goes a little bit wide there. And now through that final corner, the crucial final corner. Great traction zone. It's a 27.4. That's about the same time as the people eliminated in Q1 were setting on the softs. As Wookie on the softs goes with the 26.6. The Wookiee deciding, go for the softs in the beginning. I don't care about the mediums. Interesting strategy, but maybe it will work out. You never know. Is that someone spinning? Is that Alpha's spun? It looks like he has. That's a big shame for Alpha. We'll have to try and calm down the tyres and get it up and running again. It's quite a hard thing to do, especially when you're about to go through Maggots and Beckett's. Snipe starts his lap. Kimmy and Stonks about to finish their laps. As Stonks comes through the final corner, crosses the line. It's enough for P2, and it's much faster than Millsy on the medium compound tyre. Only 0.4 of a second off of Wookiee. That's a very strong medium lap from Stonks. Dizzy starting their lap. Snipes has pretty much just started his. Kimmy pulls into the pits because he invalidated. Mark just starting their lap as well. Sorry, quite tired of did a karting race and a football match today. So if you hear some yawning, I'm very, very sorry about that. I'll try and keep that to a minimum. Snipes now coming through Cops. Very nice and balanced, flat out through there. And now, with that medium compound tyre, I want to see Maggots and Beckett's properly. 100% concentrating, and it's actually very, very nicely done from Snipes there. Great control with that medium compound tyre, absolutely flying it round the corners. Changes almost nothing, and now towards Stowe. Gets it nicely tucked in, slightly on camber that stage of the corner, and gets it nicely done. And now through the final couple corners. Probably used a little bit too much curb, unsettles the car, and again. But it's not looking bad from Snipes. He crossed the line. What's time it be for Snipes? It's enough for P3, only just slower than Stonks. That is, what is that? That is 7 plus 9. My brain is gone. That's 16 thousandths of a second difference. That is barely anything. And now Dizzy about to cross the line. What time can Dizzy put together here? It's enough for P4 and 400, off of Snipes and Mark with a 27.3. So not quite as good as the rest, but still doing pretty well there. Is Mark? It's not last, so you can take that. But he would have wanted to be further up, and you can probably tell is he going again? No, he's not. He's calming it down, saving those tyres just in case. Let's get another opportunity. MBSFN has gone straight for the softs here. He does not care about those mediums. Ollie, here we go. I said he might be fast. He only did one lap in Q1, set a 26.7 on that soft compound tyre. Probably could have improved. Remember, the track is getting better at all times. They're wearing it in and rubbering up the track. Yes, yeah, I will. That's the plan, anyway. Might have someone join me occasionally as well. That'd be good. It's much harder on your own. It's interesting. I've done stuff on my own before, but it's different experience on your own and a new thing, of course. Only setting a purple sector 1, said the game. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, because of course 2 people have done laps on the softs now. That's Wookiee and Stonks. Stonks set a 27 flat, only just faster than Snipes, of course. But yeah, he's not actually on the soft side. He was on the medium. We'll see whether Ollie can. Yeah, the race should keep me entertained as well. Of course, that's going to be a very, very close one. Yeah. You know what? About a year. That's when I got into league racing. Did my first race. Saw someone was commentating on it and went, "Oh, can I commentate?" And then it went from there. Really. That's yeah. Basically. Gonna have to take a break decently soon, unfortunately. You've got real life coming up, unfortunately, but you know, it's fine. MBSFN is up into P2, only just realised, but very, very nice lap from him. 26.6, showing some real pace, and Limitless with a 26.7 on the medium compound tyre. Absolutely smashing it. Yeah, something called exams. They're a pain in the arse. Mocks going on at the moment, so yeah. Snipes moves up into... did he move up into P4? I think he did. Yes, he did. So Snipes up into the 26s now on the mediums. His medium's going to be dead, though, by the time that race starts. Because 3 lap-hold mediums aren't exactly what you want to be starting on. Yep. Love some go-karting. How good are you on it? I only do like a local championship, not that competitive. So much fun as well, go-karting, because it's fast enough to give you a thrill ride, and it's really fast to give you a thrill ride, but it's also controllable for the average person to actually be able to do it. An absolutely soaked race today. It was brain sideways. Nice. Of course, you're probably being humble as well. You might be insane, but you might be saying you're not bad. Levi is about to come through the Maggots-Beckett's complex then on that soft compound tyre in the Mercedes as he dips in and out of these very tight corners. That it gets tighter as you go along this section. It's nice at the beginning, very nice and easy, flat out, and then it gets really tight at the end. You have to put on the brakes immediately. Yeah, they are. They really are. Yeah, same. I would be lapped on lap 2. I am not fast at all. I like to think I am, but no. I'm nothing compared to these guys. They are absolutely rapid. And Levi across the line. What time would it be for him? He goes fastest by 0.3 of a second to his teammate. Absolutely smashing it there is Levi. But that Mercedes pairing is looking very, very strong indeed. Levi and Wookie. Luciano in P6 currently, I think, going on to another lap. And Dizzy on an out lap, and so is Kimmy. Dizzy on the softs now. So let's just have a look at who's changed. So a lot of people have changed over from their fastest lap onto the softs now. Someone who hasn't changed is Limitless and also Rusty. So Rusty back out onto track now on the same medium compound tyres. They're going to be pretty dead, but of course he's just improved. And he's got to really be careful on this impact. I do league racing, yeah. I race in IFC. I'm in tier 6 of 7. Oh, and MBSFN is retired in the pit lane again. So he's happy with his time. He doesn't think it's going to be beaten enough. Yeah, so I do tier 6 in IFC, and I won yesterday, so it's not bad. But yeah, tier 6 out of 7, it's iffy, especially when I commentate on people like these guys and point out all of their tiny little mistakes. It's quite ironic. But I guess it's the same with Crofty in real F1. If you put him in an F1 car, he'd be useless, to say the least. Wookie now coming through the final couple of corners. He was up in Sector 2 by 0.03 of a second. Can he dip himself into the 0.5s? We'll have to wait and see as he crosses the line now. What time it be for Wookie? It's enough for the 0.5s. It's a 0.59 for Wookie there. Still in second place. Still a 1-2 for Mercedes. Is he about to come down the back straight? Millsy just starting a lap on the softs this time. Kimmy coming through Cops on the softs. Will there be a lift? No, oh yeah, there will be a slight lift. And, well, without that lift, he would have gone flying straight forwards or spun round. Very loose rear end there, Kimmy has, which is a shame. He's, that setup not quite working for him, and you can tell some understeer into oversteer. And, yeah, so Levi has now retired. That makes sense, not wanting to use another set of tyres, and Kimmy has backed out of his lap after he been validated. Yeah, pens could 100% be key. Anyone gets a pen, especially if you have a safety car. If people get 5-second penalties under that safety car, that will absolutely ruin races. I've seen it happen in the past. Penalties do completely ruin things. It's very easy to invalidate around here. Your plan, get no penalties. Easier said than done, I think. Easier said than done. Dizzy is improved by 0.4 in the second sector. What time will it be now? It's enough for P3 on that soft compound tyre. And very nicely done indeed. It's a 26.6. Rusty actually looking less and less likely to get it now. To get through now. He's the only person still on the medium compound tyre. He is still in the pits. How long have we got left in this session? Please let us know. Oh, we've got 45 seconds. Rusty, a man who was looking for pole position here, He's taking a risk. He hasn't come out the pits, and he's leaving this all to chance. So is MBSFN, in fact. Rookie has retired from the session now. He should be fine with a 0.59. Zero Limitless on his lap. We were on board with him as we now switch to broadcast camera as he heads down towards Cops now, gets on the throttle and up the gears. Almost 200 miles an hour he'll be at as he comes into the corner of Cops. 186 in the end, and he lifts off slightly, scrubs off some speed, of course, with the turning. You lose speed while you turn. The tyres don't exactly want to move sideways, which is how you turn. The motion of turning. Alpha's moved up into P5, so Rusty down to P6 now. Will he manage to do it? That's the question. As Mari goes up into P2. Rusty looking to be in a very dangerous situation here. As Kimi goes P10, Luicino P11, so we'll be out of this session. And now Limitless up by 0.2 of a second. He's trying to save his race here, his qualifying session. Can he get himself into Q3 or not? We'll have to wait and see as he crosses the line. What time it be for Limitless? It's enough. He moves up into P3 and with a 26.496. Very nicely done. Dizzy will not improve. Alpha will not improve. Stonks goes fastest. What a lap that is from Stonks. A 26.361. Very, very nicely done indeed. Snipes up by 0.4 of a second. Ollie, what time can Ollie get? Will it be enough to get Rusty into the danger zone? Yes, it is. Can Snipes knock the man who was looking for pole position into obscurity? Yes, he can. Rusty will not be competing in the final part of qualifying. Rusty looking so strong in Q1. He's out of Q2. And apparently Mark would have got a 0.2 if he hadn't invalidated his lap. So Mark, watch out for him in the race maybe. We shall have to wait and see. And yeah, he's missed out by 0.003 of a second there, and MBSFN missing out by 0.005 of a second. That is a very, very close gap there. We're going to see some wonderful, wonderful racing. But mate, I think Rusty might say, I've got strategical pole. It's fine. I've got strategical pole. It's probably what he's going to be going on about now in the chat, in the Series 1 chat. We'll see. But it's actually Stonks with fastest time by 0.007 of a second. Top 4 separated by less than a tenth. Top 10 separated by 0.2 of a second. That is ridiculous. That's such a tight field. I cannot believe it. Yeah, so sweaty. Wow, that is so tight. Alright then, we're about to head into the final part of qualifying, Q3. This will be setting the grid for the race. Oh, the top 10. Two Hasses left, two Mercedes, two Alpha Tauris. Those are the teams that are looking very, very strong so far. And of course, McLaren looking very strong, but Rusty leaving it all to chance, and he shouldn't have. Who's coming out? Dizzy is coming out now, but Wookie, I believe, yes, Wookie will be the first man out the pits. No, he won't actually. Alpha will be the first man out the pits. A very, very slow pit lane. IFC have got a lot of people, yeah. That will be a very fun one on tomorrow, actually. IFC Tier 1. Yeah, it's yeah. Koa, you're what tier are you in, Koa? I've completely forgotten. It is very close though. It's extremely close. 0.2 separating the top 10 in Q2, and it's only going to get closer. Tier 3, yeah, you moved up 2 tiers. I moved down 1. Not good, not good. This new game is scrubbed my speed off completely. I'll blame it on that. I'll blame it on the curbs still, I don't care. I'm going to keep on blaming it on the curbs until the end of time. And then next year's game I'm going to sweat out ridiculously because it'll be my summer holidays and I need to take my mind off of results. So yeah, that'll be. I'll be racing in this in next year's game, 100%. How this pace? Yeah, this pace. So Stonks races in it. Rusty races in it actually. Yeah, first round tomorrow. Hello, Kimmy. After being taken out in, well, after losing out in Q2, you are here, mate. No, off to make a cup. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. You've got 10 minutes, you might as well. Alpha starting his lap now as he heads down towards turn 1. Flat out through there, of course, and tucks himself in to the turn 2. And now into turn 3. Could have taken that slightly tighter, but going very nice and wide to eliminate the angle on turn 4. And now through the kink of turn 5, activates the DRS and comes down towards turn 6 and 7. If only you were the real life Kimmy. That would be much better, wouldn't it? Retires from F1 and creates an F1 league. That'd be it's not something. Alpha comes towards Cops now. Will he lift? He does lift slightly. Got a little bit worried heading into Cops. I think he realised he was losing the rear end slightly. So he lifts off and takes it careful. Every single driver out on track currently. I think most people have 2 sets of tyres left. Some people might be using scrubbed set in the first part of qualifying. But Levi is out on a medium set. Interesting. He'll be using a medium for his banker. And then, well, we'll see. He misses the apex there, does Alpha. He definitely could have got Stowe better. And now into the final couple corners. Didn't quite make gear 8 into the last chicane. It's not likely you will, but now across the line. What time can Alpha get? It's a 26.6. That will 100% be beaten later on. It will be the next man to cross the line. That will be Dizzy. Oh no, it won't. It'll be Wookie. He gets a 28 flat. That's not on pace of Wookie's time last time out. Maybe old tyres. As now Dizzy, gets a massive snap of oversteer, really losing the rear end. He gets a 26.8. That would have lost him at least a tenth across the line. Who will be next? That will be Mary. Crosses line. What time can Mary get? It's a 26.4. Goes fastest so far. But again, we saw faster times in Q2. Expect faster times here. Stonks goes up into second with a 26.6. Snipes, what time can Snipes set? It's going to be a 26.5. Moves up into second place. Who will be next? Who will be next? That will be Millsy next. Levi coming through the final couple of corners to start their lap. Everyone on no one actually on an out lap or in the pits. Millsy pulls in the pits. Of course, as soon as I say that, Millsy pulls in because they invalidated their lap time. And now Ollie into the final couple corners for AlphaTauri. What kind of time can he set here? Can he get himself up into provisional pole? No, he can't quite do it. It's 26.5 for him so far. It's still very, very close here in BRS Series 1. Got TRL Limitless now going through into Cops. Lifts. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't quite have the confidence as Limitless, interestingly. You'd think he would have the confidence to go flat out, but maybe saving that for his final lap so he knows he's got some pace left on him. It's very hard to do it on this year's game, of course, as he activates the DRS and now he sets a purple sector 2 in the process, though. He's got a 102.8 so far as he now heads towards Stowe. Misses the apex of Stowe, could have taken it tighter, gets a slight bit of understeer and now into the final couple corners. What kind of time can Limitless set? Will it be provisional pole for him? We'll have to wait and see as he gets on the throttle and crosses line. What time will it be? 4 Limitless. It's enough for provisional pole. And it's very, very tight at the front there. That is ridiculously close. 27 thousandths of a second. That is so close as Levi goes into 7th place on the mediums. That is his banker lap. He'll be going for his proper lap in just a second. Snipes on a fast lap, up slightly as it stands. He's got 400ths of a second up on older tyres now as well. So Snipes looking very fast at the moment. We'll stay on board with him for the rest of his lap. Actually, I think we'll move on to broadcast cam. We haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, I would have to be in a maxed out career car as well. Of course, all of these guys in equal cars. No one's got an advantage on each other. That would be stupid. Someone's just joined for some reason. We've got a full grid, so they can't do anything. They'll just spectate if they do stay in. As now Snipes activates the DRS and starts heading down towards Stowe. He's slightly down now, 5,000th down. Can he gain that time back and improve in this lap? We'll have to wait and see. In that Alpine, can Snipes do it? As he comes now down towards the final chicane, he pulls into the pits. Levi, I think, going again here, hits 103 miles an hour as he heads into Stowe, and now will put into the pits. Nevertheless also pulls in the pits, and now everyone in the pits. We've gone from everyone out on track to everyone in the pits, and only one person hasn't set a time yet, and that is Millsy. Everyone in the top 10 is in a Haas sandwich. And Millsy heading out for his outlap, and Alpha has already actually done so. So 2 cars out on track now. Everyone on soft still except from Levi. Lots of people have changed to a new set of softs, but Mary, Limitless and Levi have not yet. We'll just watch as these guys go around. Again, if you have any predictions for this one, put them in the chat. I'd love to see what you guys think is going to go down. It's going to be a very, very close one indeed. You've got any ridiculous predictions, some crazy out there ones, put them in the chat. I want to be able to laugh at you. I'm joking, of course. Right then, Alpha warming up his tyres as he heads towards the start line to 7 lap. Currently on a 26.640, right the way in the mid-pack at the moment. Not really, he's very, very close to Levi and Stonk. Levi, of course, set that lap on the mediums, as now Alpha will come across the line. It's to start his lap. Rookie pole? I mean, Wookie showed pace. He really did in the in Q1 and Q2 as well. He showed some great pace. He hasn't done well in this part of qualifying, and I'll have one shot at it. We'll have to wait and see. He's come out of the pits now. It's possible, but I think slightly unlikely. Now Alpha gets up the gears, almost touches the gravel there, using absolutely all of the track, and almost invalidating on the inside as well. Absolutely using every single part of the track, touching the grass there on the outside. Flat out he goes through Cops there. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And now we come through Maggots and Beckett's. He almost invalidates again on the inside. He is really using absolutely every inch of this track, uses the grass as he accelerates towards Stowe. He sets a purple sector 2 in the process. What time can Alpha put together here? As he heads towards the final chicane in that Williams. Can he do a George Russell and put himself in P2 against all the odds here? Alpha. And across the line. What time will it be for Alpha? Can he put himself on provisional pole? Yes, he can! It's enough for it. 4,000th ahead of TRL Limitless. And he will not have enough fuel to do another lap. Millsy moves up into P4. He will have enough fuel to do another lap. Will he have enough time though? He has to go again immediately. Rookie on a lap heading through the first couple corners. Have Millsy and Alpha gone too early? That's the question. Hello, Stringy. Why have you put your hand up? you want to go to the toilet, or you got a nosebleed or something? Or you want to say something? You answer to a question? Or is that a wave? Might be a wave. Hello, if it's a wave. Wookie now heading towards Cops as he's looking fast, I have to say. Wookie, even though he's got a bad time in this part of qualifying, He's looked strong in the rest. Only 2 people left on their out laps. You've got 25 seconds left, and they're about to start their laps now. So no one else will have another chance at this. Millsy, I think, might be on a lap currently. Yes, they are. So Millsy will be the first person. Well, Alpha's already set his last lap time. Millsy, out of the rest of the people, will be the last person to first person to set their last lap time. Millsy messes up at the final little section. Can he improve? No, doesn't. That little mistake has cost him all of that time he gained in the first and second sector. And Wookie goes up into P2. 2,000ths of a second separate him and Alpha and him and Limitless. Limitless slightly up now. That'd be enough to send him right the way up into provisional pole. No, it won't anymore. Stonks with a 26.2. Very nice time from him. That puts him up into provisional pole. Limitless about to cross the line. What time can Limitless put together here? 300ths up in the first and second sector put together. What time can he get in the third? It's enough for P2. Just off of Stonks' time. 300ths is that gap. Mary now 1/10 up. Dizzy gets P3. Not quite enough. Well, P3 for now. Can Mary spoil the party? No, he can't. It's P4. Snipes now 1.5 tenths up. Ollie about to cross the line as well. Levi goes fastest. The 25.9. We've just dipped into the 29s. And it's a very nice lap indeed. Snipes up into P6. And Ollie finishes... Where does he finish? Come on, Kane. Show me where he finishes. There we go. He finishes in P6. 5/10 the gap in the end there. That's very, very close indeed. Millsy starting in P10 then. All of these guys will be starting on the soft compound tyre. And Levi, what a lap that is from him. To get pole position by 2/10 of a second. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Of course, we've got to wait for Rusty as well. Yeah, he'll be doing medium soft. He starts P11. Will he be able to make up those positions he lost in qualifying due to the better strategy? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, he definitely could have challenged for pole position, although Levi's sitting an absolutely beautiful lap. Only man to get into those 25s. They'll be readying up in 6 minutes. So we've got some time to kill. All right, let's get your predictions on the real life F1 season, shall we? Who do you think's going to be surprised this season in terms of team and stuff? Haas top 6 team, interesting. I have to. Russell dominates. You know, I have insider information that Mercedes have found many loopholes in the rules. So it could be another domination from Mercedes. Yeah, I know the guy who is my friend. My friend's dad works as the chief designer for Mercedes. So yeah, they found a lot of loopholes apparently in the rules. So it could be another domination from Mercedes. We hope not. But yeah, I want a nice season as well. I think that's what we will have. Cars will obviously be easier to follow. They can't disappear as easily. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I wish there was some more teams joining as well, though. You see, my prediction for the top 3, I would say, because McLaren and Ferrari have had so long to develop their car compared to Mercedes and Red Bull, and those are the 4 teams that have about the same amount of ability to produce things like that, and also Aston Martin as well. but Aston Martin, I don't think have the right personnel. They have Vettel, who is great at designing new cars, but we'll see. But yeah, I think it's going to be McLaren and Ferrari fighting at the beginning, and then Mercedes and Red Bull would catch up with their cars mid-season. That would be what I say is going to happen. But Russell, Max, Lewis, I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. And yes, Elite Racing Championship, it will be a great race. Wait. Yeah, I agree. Gasly and Leclerc are really going to be up there as well. Gasly, of course, we know how fast he is. He's shown his pace many, many times, so that'll be interesting to see what the AlphaTauri does, how fast it is. I don't know actually. I think Rusty and Levi are looking so strong that Limitless will struggle. It's gonna be a real. If he does win, it's gonna have to be really hard fought because Levi and Rusty are looking ridiculously fast. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It will be interesting Bottas at Alpha because of course Mercedes have a completely different philosophy to every other car. They have gone for a longer wheelbase and low down to the ground, of course. And Aston Martin then stole that and then failed the 2021 regulations. But yeah, he'll have to adapt, and we'll see. Yeah, so Limitless is gonna struggle to really keep up. But you know, anything can happen in this. Anything can happen. Wait, Kimmy, you running 1-1 wings? Oh. We'll be going in 6 seconds. Yeah, he will have to do it by strategy. He doesn't seem to have the pace today. We'll see next week whether he has the pace anywhere else. He might. You never know. He might come out absolutely smashing it in the race. He could be running a complete race setup. You never know. Of course, he knows exactly how to set up a car. So it will be interesting to see. It really will. Right, they're all readying up. Mark bottles all the time. Well, we'll see. He's a TT Oh, hate a TT merchant. Makes me feel really slow, and then I beat them because they spin. No, I barely ever beat anyone, so you know. Right then, race starting now. Of course, we're going to have a formation lap first. Allow the drivers to warm up those tyres. Get them nice and toasty for the start of this one. So the tyres people decide, oh, Rusty is starting on the softs. So Rusty has decided to not go on the mediums, and he's decided instead he's going to go on the same strategy as the top 10, just with a fresher set, of course. MBSFN has gone for the mediums behind him. Kimi also gone for the softs. Lou Luciano has gone for the medium, so has Mark Fairley and Ryan, but Goldfinger, looking for the good start, has gone for that soft. Supply Raptor and Geno gone for mediums as well. Wait, ERC, so Elite Racing Championship, did you do like a charity stream a while ago? There was like a charity, charity race, I think. It's something like that. Similar name? I don't know whether it's the same league. I did that. But it's all a blur, I have to say. That race was insane. That was a Brazil race of charity. It got a bit heated between two leagues, but, you know, very good race nonetheless. Right, then it's Levi from the front here. Stonk second, Limitless third, Dizzy fourth, Mary fifth, Ollie sixth. Ah, right, yeah. I remember now. That makes sense. My brain does not keep information in its amazing. The top 10, very, very close together. Is anyone lagging behind? That's the question. Has Geno lagged behind? Yes, he has. Of course, he's lagged behind. Only a little bit, though, so Levi's tyres aren't going to be freezing. He's going to be fine. Alrighty then. Let's get this going, shall we? You're always lurking around, yep. Alrighty then, let's get this going. No one got disqualified in the formation lap, which is good. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's go, go, go here in Britain. And Levi's got bogged down at the start there slightly. Stonks with a good start right next to him. Can Stonks get the move into turn 1? Done. No, he can't. And it is Levi leading from the front. Limitless side by side there with Stonks trying to make the move here. Stonks trying to hold on though. Stonks does hold on for the time being. He's trying to push Limitless into the inside. And he holds on to the position to Stonks. And Dizzy round the outside of Limitless now. Trying to get the best exit he physically can. He does get a great exit there, does Dizzy. And up past Limitless he goes. Now Dizzy down the inside of Stonks. Can he make this one happen in the McLaren? Into pretty fast left-hander. Very easy to get wrong. And he's got it perfectly right. He's through up into P2. Dizzy goes. What a start that is from the McLaren driver. And Ollie past Mary as well. Lovely move there from him. There's Limitless now. Surely not into Cops. Surely not. No, he's backing out. There's no way he's doing that. And it's very, very tight here throughout the entire field. This is going to be a very, very close one. The Supply Raptor goes wide. Almost hitting Ryan. Limitless going to be right on the back of Stonks then after the Magnus Beckett's complex. Can he make a move? The Stipes makes a move on Wookie. He's still side by side though. Wookie trying to hold on here. Can he hold on? Rusty up into P7. Can he get himself up into P6? Trying to go around the outside as Mary hits the back of Ollie. And I think Rusty has got past. Yes, he has. Up into P6. Rusty goes now down the inside of Ollie. He's made up 2 positions in just as many corners. He is absolutely smashing it, is Rusty. And Levi sets fastest lap, of course, first man to cross the start-finish line. He's already got that 1 second gap he needs to Dizzy. Limitless still looking for a move on Stonks here. Very, very close to him. 3/10 is the gap currently. We've got a lot of people in that same situation. Goldfinger's moved up quite nicely as Alpha trying to hold on to that position. Millsy trying to make the move, and Millsy does make the move, but Alpha going to be in his slipstream very nicely. But can Limitless make the move on Stonks? No, he can't. Alpha going to make the move down the inside. He backs out at the last second, but Millsy goes wide. He opens the door for Alpha. Now Alpha around the outside. Can he make it happen in the Williams? He's going to try his absolute hardest. He might get pushed onto the gravel in the process. He doesn't get pushed onto the gravel, but he does lose a place to Snipes. Snipes now past him, and Snipes trying to make a move on Millsy. Down the inside into Cops, maybe. This isn't going to work out. He backs out, because otherwise that was going to end in a major collision. I have not commentated a league where every single driver is this fast. I've seen leagues where there's a couple people that are this fast, but never a whole triple tier that is this fast. Never. This is ridiculous. New experience. New experience. Wookie looking to make a move on Alpha, not quite close enough. Let's have a look at the biggest winners and losers then as Levi sets another fastest lap. The Dizzy's up 2, Rusty up 6 places so far. Fairley has lost a lot of places. He's lost 4 and MBSFN has lost 7. I think Fairley had to pit, must have got some kind of damage. Goldfinger's up 4 places. Remember, he went on the soft compound tyre to start when everyone else around him was on that medium, and that seems to have worked out for him, and it's just going to be a long DRS train here with Stonks having the DRS on Dizzy. It's going to be a long, long road, and Dizzy's got to try and catch up to Levi, get that DRS on him now. Now he's going to try and make a move on Ollie. He is extremely close to the back of him now. He's not quite close enough, though, in that Ferrari, being close to the last couple of laps. And Millsy is actually the cork in the bottle here. He's the one stopping the ridiculously long DRS train. Instead, it's just a long DRS train. It's not from 2nd to 19th quite. It's from 2nd to 7th and 8th to 19th. That is still ridiculous. As Mary now down the inside of Ollie. They go, and up into P6 they go. And Snipes trying to go round the outside of Millsy here. Surely this isn't going to work out through slow. It's not. But now down the inside into the chicane. Going to dive down the inside. Still side by side they are as they come through the final couple of corners. And Millsy holds on to position. Some great defending there to swoop round the outside and hold on. Snipes has got to watch out for Alpha behind him. Alpha extremely close. Been watching this battle happen as Alpha. Is he now coming into turn 3? Will he make a dive? No, he won't. He decides against it. If you're going to make a move, you're going to make a move into Brooklands. Which is, of course, turn 6. They come through the kink of turn 5. Mary actually also now another cork in the bottle. He's got to try and find another 4 tenths and catch up to Rusty, but Rusty looking so fast. And Limitless also right the way up there, but Levi disappearing at the moment. 2 seconds, sorry, is the gap there. It's a big gap in such a close series. He's looking to run away with it, and at the moment he is doing so. But remember, any kind of hold up in the pits, any kind of slight damage or slight mistake, and that gap will be dropping once again. Any slight mistake for all of these guys in the pack is going to end up in a couple positions lost. As now Snipes with the DRS, easy pass for him. It's Limitless making a move on Stonks here around the outside. He's trying to go. It's not going to work out for him this time round though. Stonks shows him the grass, and Limitless cannot get past. Stonks been holding on to that position for a long time now. He's been ahead the entire time. He's just holding on to that position. As Rusty, will he make a move on Limitless now? He's close enough. He decides against it. He stays behind for now in that McLaren. Will he make a move now? He does make a move now on Limitless. They touch wheels as Rusty goes too deep and hits Limitless. He's lost a lot of time. Neither of them got damage. They banged wheels, but not front wings. And Rusty is fine. As we've got a battle going on between Ryan and Supply Raptor further back. And Ryan has got that place there. Up into P16 he goes. Still fighting hard even for the minor placings. And Rusty now with that ERS usage. Let's see what percentage of ERS people have. So Levi's actually used a decent amount of it. He's on 50%. Dizzy's having to use it to hold on. Stonks has got 90%. He's not using it at all. Limitless on 65% and Rusty on 48%. I'm guessing that is from earlier on and he had to make a lot of moves. RPL? No, I wasn't. No, I've never heard of RPL, I have to say. As Alpha getting past Millsy, around the outside he goes. And Rusty past Limitless, because Limitless has had to pull into the pits. Does he have damage? There is another Westie, off Westie. Might be him. It's spelt slightly differently. I know of him. Might be him. There's Limitless for some reason stuck in the pit lane. No, he's not. It is just a normal change for Limitless. No wing change. So he is just gone for a strategy call there. As Rusty's been let through by Dizzy. Fair enough. Might as well switch positions. Rusty is faster than Dizzy at the moment. Supply Raptor is past Goldfinger. Goldfinger's tyres. Are they dropping off? No idea. No idea, Connor. Westy's a decently common name, in fairness. So, yeah. Wookie gets a 3-second time penalty. Second person to get a penalty then. Goldfinger now gets one. He wants to join the party. So, 3 people have now got penalties. And now Rusty past Stonks he goes into Stowe. And he takes P2 in this one. And we'll be looking to catch up to Levi now. Stonks right behind. Will Stonks go for a dive? No, he won't. He decides to stay behind for now. Yeah, off Westy. Very fast driver off Westy, actually. Know him from VRA. Very fast driver. And he's taking a break now, actually. So he's only doing the occasional couple races. But yeah. Strong driver. Wish I was as fast as him. Goldfinger, 3-second time penalty again. He is really struggling now, isn't he? 6 seconds. Supply Raptor, he locks up a lot there. And Dizzy's almost dropped out of the DRS Ranger Stonks. He's got to try and hold on more than this. It's a bit too close for comfort, I think, for Dizzy. He's probably got to use a little bit more of his ERS. And Stonks has got 100% now. Supply Raptor gets past Goldfinger. Now Goldfinger with a good exit though. He's using his ERS on this exit. Still side by side as they head towards Cox. Will either of them back out? Or will we have a Hamilton-Verstappen situation? It is Goldfinger who backs out in the end. He turns in slightly earlier. Still side by side though as they head towards Mackes and Beckett. But Goldfinger having to turn in. Drops behind Supply Raptor there. It's easy to do. Lose a little bit of concentration and you're around. Ollie, is it back wheels there? Is Ollie trying to get past Mary? Mary pulls into bits. And Ollie is set free to chase after Dizzy. And Snipes, though, right behind him. And so is Alpha. Millsy also right there. Remember, you lose about 26 seconds in this. 26 to 29 seconds. About that. In this pit lane. It's a long pit lane, and a very slow one as well. So yeah, we will see a lot of time lost, and Limitless actually losing. It's hard to tell how well Limitless is doing at the moment. He will get past both of Mary and Wookie, and by a big margin. So maybe it's working. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. MBSFM making a move on Geno now. There's a lot of battling going on in this mid-pack as Ryan gets past Goldfinger. And Goldfinger looking to get back past Ryan. And Ryan looking to pass Supply Raptor as well. MBSFM's got a great view of this battle. And Rusty not actually being able to eat into Levi's lead. Levi leading by a long way. And, well, yeah, it's just not quite working out for him at the moment, is it for Levi? He's just, for Rusty, sorry. That bad qualifying has really set him down. They're very similar pace, are Levi and Rusty, and that gap just not wavering. Then Snipes pulls into the pits, and so does Rusty. So Rusty's pulled the trigger, he's in the pits. Now. Will he be ahead or behind of Limitless? It's going to be close. Touch and go for Rusty here. He gets held up by Snipes. It's not going to go well. He doesn't get held up. That's lucky for him. Where is Limitless? Limitless coming through the final corner now. It's going to be so close here. Has Limitless' strategy worked out? I think it has, just about. And yes, it has. He's done the undercut just about, and he is up in ahead of Rusty. The undercut just about working, but Rusty will have DRS on him and fresher tyres as well. Those two got to make sure they don't fight, actually. Limitless and Rusty got to work together. That is what they have to do now. Work together in this and try and complete it. Try and complete that undercuts as Limitless is catching MBSFN very fast now, in fact. Mark dropping off of Luacino. There's some bigger gaps appearing now. Of course, people pitting has we created some gaps in the field. Ollie kind of driving on his own at the moment. Alpha's got two people trailing him as Millsy dives down the inside. Millsy going to try and make a move. He's not quite close enough to make the move stick. And Alpha ahead. And that was actually just a race to see who could get into the pits first. As Ollie gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's a blunder and a half. Kimi staying out for an extra lap than everyone else, I see then. So, Levi's being held up massively in the pits. Yeah, Levi being held up significantly. Where is he? Is that a glitch? No, he's just ahead there. Yeah, he's just ahead of Stone because that's a glitch. He's not there. There we go. And he will be ahead of Rusty. Has Rusty closed the gap, though? That's the question. Of course, only being able to have a one-lap undercut. He has closed the gap. The gap was 3.4 seconds before. It is now 2.6. Yeah, it is all about strategy, and the undercut seemingly working. Of course, wait, what happened to Dizzy? Oh, Dizzy being held up. Dizzy must have been held up massively in the pit lane. And he's down into P18. Oh no, it's all come apart for the McLaren driver. The Stonk's almost on the back of Limitless again, so he's fine. He's almost back up into where he was. But yeah, that's awful for Dizzy. Absolutely awful. That's ruined him. Absolutely ruined him. It's now Ryan trying to make a move on Supply Raptor. Actually, Supply Raptor getting past Ryan there. And Kimi now pulls into the pits. Trying the overcut is Kimi. Interesting to see when these... I would assume the medium runners will pit at around lap 18. That would make sense. Lap 18, 19. So they have... Some, yeah, Kimi does own BRS. And he's not looking too bad. Although that strategy has dropped him behind Alpha and Millsy. So, you know... Down into P17 Kimi goes in the end. These guys that started on the mediums, they will be coming back at the end. They will be firing back at the end. And that will be what you have to watch out for. As I think Dizzy's going to go for a move on Goldfinger here. He's got the DRS. He's getting very close. Will he be close enough into Britlands? No, he won't be quite close enough. Or as Geno makes a mistake there, goes across the grass. Will this allow MBSFN to make the move? As he pushes MBSFN almost onto the grass there, does Geno. And Ryan making a move on Supply Raptor at the same corner. MBSFN making the move on Geno. Up into P5 he goes, and Ryan up into P3 on Supply Raptor. Yeah, I think BRS does only have 2 tiers. It's a small league, but a fast league. That's, yeah, that's for sure. Levi sets fastest lap. He's on a charge and Rusty can't hold on to him. The gap was 2.6 seconds when he came out the pits. It's now at 3 again. And Stonks is slowly catching as MBSFN makes a big mistake there. He's dropped out the DRS range of Geno. He should be able to get back in it decently quickly though. Dizzy setting fastest lap in that McLaren. He's going to try and pass Goldfinger very fast. He's being held up significantly. He just needs to make that pass happen. Yes, yeah, a different person does commentate tier 2. I don't actually know who it is. It's I have no idea who it is actually. But Dizzy moves up into P18, then Goldfinger can't quite hold on. Dizzy up into third last instead of second last, and Fairly still just having his own race at the back. Geno going to try and make a move. No, he can't make a move on Supply Raptor. Supply Raptor very, very close there to hitting Geno. Geno, stupid move really, in the end, but he almost made it work. It's a 1-2 for Red Bull at the moment, so I mean, it's not all back for them, but they will be pitting and dropping quite far back. Because, well, if we look at the gap to the leader, you lose about 26 seconds, they'll all be dropping into P15 and below. That's Luicino will be dropping into about P15, the rest will be dropping much further back, so bit of luck involved here. There we go. Yeah, Kimmy and Millsy commentate Tier 2. There we go. Let's have a look at the biggest winners and losers. Actually, no, it's probably not a best idea. Well, we have people who haven't pitted, but lots of people getting a lot of places, of course, because they haven't pitted. Rusty up 3 places, even though he has. And, oh, that's Goldfinger round. Will he be the first retirement? No, he won't. He's still going to keep driving. Good on him. Good on him for keeping on going. It's very easy to just give up at this stage, but no, he's going to keep going and he's going to keep fighting. There's Rusty actually gaining on Levi recently. Only a little bit, but he is catching, and Stonks has caught Limitless. He's within the DRS range now. Ryan into the pits. The softs aren't making that. So has he made a mistake and got wing damage? Yeah, I love it when people don't give up, because it just shows resilience, a massive amount of it as well. And that's what I love to see. Even if you're having an awful race, just keep going, roll with the punches kind of thing. And he has gone on to the soft, so Ryan and MBSFN thinking they can take these softs more than 10 laps, whereas all of the soft runners at the beginning were around... Interesting decision. Well, they've both come out in 17th and 18th, so a way back as well. Exactly. You never know. Could be a late safety car. You might as well keep going. Fairly kept going, and so is Goldfinger. Fairly kind of back into it, although he does have to pit again. And Ryan past Dizzy there. Up into P16 he goes. Something's happened to Dizzy. He's really losing pace. Has he got some kind of wing damage? So he was rapid earlier. Very weird. Snipes gets his first penalty of the race. The Nets, top 4, none of them have a penalty. If Levi gets a penalty, that will promote Rusty into Provisional P1. What day did Tier 2 race? Again, I don't know. Marcus pulled into pits. So Geno. I know he hasn't. Just that his pit name's really weird. Tuesday, there we go. I was going to say Tuesday. Oh, well done, Jake. Well done on you. Where will Mark come out then? Will he come out ahead or behind of Ryan and MBSFN? Ryan actually being overtaken again by Dizzy, and that's screwed him over slightly. Means that he'll be slower catching all the way back up. He's got to try and get past, and he's got to try and get past Quick Smart. Mark he'll be ahead, just about ahead of Dizzy in the end. I think if they got past Dizzy, they'd be ahead. Oh, Goldfinger's out. He's retired from pits. So he has given up now. And Rusty, he's slowly catching. He is slowly catching. About a 10th a lap. He is catching up to Levi. Is it? What kind of pace you at? Geno trying to make a move on Supply Raptor. Up into P2 he goes. Round the outside towards Stowe. Very nicely done. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1, but that is because of Goldfinger's retired in the pits car. And Fairley's pitted again for another set of softs, and we'll keep going until the end. Yeah, I'm asking how fast Tier 2 is. Oh, wow, yeah, that's 0.6 difference. I mean, that's not that much in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, that's a lot. Alright then. Rusty's catching really fast now. That's 0.3 in less than a lap. He is absolutely rapid. He's pulled out the big guns and he's absolutely flying towards Levi. Is Levi saving his tyres though? That's the question. He might be saving his tyres. Yeah, small league but astonishing drivers. That is the that is what happens here. It's crazy. One of the fastest drivers I know, called Carsey, didn't even get a seat in Tier 1. That is just how crazy this is. One of the fastest guys. One of the fastest guys I've seen race who not in even get a seat. That just shows you, doesn't it? Here are Limitless trying to catch up to Rusty. He's just got to hold on to him with that DRS. He's just allowing Rusty to pull him along. And Rusty has actually stopped catching Levi now. He is, Levi's stabilised the gap as we head on to lap 17 now of 26. Ryan trying to make a move on Dizzy still. He just hasn't managed to make it happen. Can't get past, and Luicino will start catching Millsy pretty fast. Let's have a look at the different tyres, shall we? So, yeah, Luicino and Mark for Red Bull, trying to use that tyre advantage to absolutely fire them up. Yeah, this is the fastest. Oh, Ryan spins off the track at turn 2. Oh, so easy to do. Yeah, this is the fastest I've seen, except from WOR Tier 1. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. As Limitless is still just about there. And Rusty catching again. He's caught about a 10. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's catching on and off. The gap is stabilising, though. The gap is stabilising between him and Levi, because Levi knows he needs to get going. And Rusty didn't get a great exit there, so loses a 10th. That just shows you get the tiniest little mistake, and you lose a 10th to the guy ahead. And Mr. Fane gets a penalty. So that won't help him out on that soft compound tyre. He needs to push up, and he's got to push up quickly. Got to get past Dizzy. There's Alpha trying to make a move on Ollie, but Ollie has the acceleration out of Stowe. They bang wheels multiple times. They head down towards the final chicane. Ollie trying to hold on to the position. He does. He gets past Alpha, as Alpha has to concede the position in the end. Has to drop behind and stay in P9. They might go side by side into turn 1. That's not going to work out. Yeah, IFC is a little bit more spread out, but a lot of people have joined recently. As I say, Rusty is one of the drivers. Stonks is one of the drivers. So yeah, strong grid in IFC. And again, I'm commentating it, so even better. I'm joking. Ollie now trying to tuck himself in behind Wookie, trying to get that pass done, but Wookie holding on very nicely here. How many days a week? I do Monday, depends where WR put me, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 5 days a week. Get 2 days off. That will obviously have to slow down towards my exams and stuff like that, but yeah. I think I'll keep them, the ones going on the weekends, that'll be it with those ones. There was a stage in the summer last year. I was doing a stream every single day. My voice died. My voice really died. So yeah. commentating is so fun. It's so fun. And, oh, what's happened to Alpha? Alpha spins off. And so does Ollie, I think, as well. Ollie's lost a position, at least. Something's happened. Has Alpha got any damage? That's the question. Has he got any damage? BRS Stonk's got a 3-second time penalty. Something's happened to Kimi as well. Oh, no, he's just been overtaken. A double overtake from Luicino. What a move. It's not Luicino. Louis. Yeah, same. Unless you win in a really close race. And, like, yeah. Not fun if, like, the comparison is, like, it's not fun if you win by 30 seconds. A bit like how in football it's not fun if you win 20-0. Like... And Rusty, he's got that gap down again. Again, it was 2.2 before. It's 1.8 now. 1.9, 1.8 again. Ollie's definitely got damage. Definitely got some damage. Yeah, no front wing for Ollie. There we go. Surprised that hasn't caused the virtual safety car. Alpha without any damage at all. Lucky for him. And Ollie is going to be crawling round Stowe. Yeah, understeers like crazy. Can't make the corner at all. And that's a shame for Ollie. That will be his race pretty much over. Yeah, I do. Events on and off. It's depends when people want me. Really, I'm up for doing it if I'm free. Stonks now still trying to make the move on Limitless, but they're just holding on. Rusty now 1.7 seconds away. He's catching Levi again. I think Levi's decided to take care of his tyres, or Rusty's just started pushing again. But Rusty actually still got more ERS than Levi. I think Levi started dropping his ERS to level the gap, and now Rusty's maybe started using his, or Levi stopped using his. And Limitless outside of the ERS range there, just about. Now Stonk's trying to fire his way down towards Stowe. He's not quite close enough. The dream, really, with commentating is the dream is real life, isn't it? That is the dream, to be able to make your all F1 esports. That's the dream. To get paid to watch amazing drivers drive around the track at ridiculous speeds and talk about it. That's the best. Yeah, this game's got much harsher in terms of damage, but I don't think it should have, because you saw with Imola and Jeddah with Lewis Hamilton both last season. He got damage on lap 1 in Imola, and he was completely fine for the rest of the race, really, except from obviously that moment where he went off, but that wasn't due to the damage. And then, of course, at Jeddah, he was faster with the damage, so, you know, it's a bit unrealistic. The curbs, though, are very realistic, and that's what I like. I like to see that the curbs are realistic. But curbs, from now on, you don't want to go on them. This season, you're going to see drivers avoiding curbs like the plague, because curbs disrupt ground effect. And ground effect is all about, that's what these cars are all about. If they disrupt that, they've lost a lot of their downforce. So they're trying to stay on as flat a ground as they physically can. So we could see some slower times until the drivers realise how much curb they can take and stuff like that. The gap in terms of time is expected to be around half a second between this year's cars and last year's cars. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Rookie gets overtaken by Kimi. Kimi up into P9 now. As it stands, he'll be taking home 2 points. And Luicano is actually having a wonderful race now. He'll surely try and pulling away with the softs. Yeah, I will interview the top 3 at the end. Don't you worry. As Dizzy gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, right, yeah. The curbs are... Oh, Dizzy's out! Will we have a safety car? Yes, we do have a safety car! It is a safety car. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Will we see people pit? I'm sure we will. That would be the smart thing to do. Pit onto a new set of tyres. This brings Fairley back into it. It brings Ollie back into it. And it also brings Rusty next to Levi. Woo-hoo-hoo. This is going to be fun. This is going to be very, very fun. Rusty stays out. Ooh, Rusty thinks he can stay out here. So does Limitless and so does Stonks. Levi, the only one to pull into the pits. It does bring the alt strategy into it as well. So Luicino going to be on the soft and he's going to be right the way up there. He's going to be right next to Mary. And Levi, where's Levi going to come out? If he's behind that massive train of cars, he's not going to win. No, he screwed himself over. That gap was not big enough. He'll be behind MBSFN as well. He's down in P12. Yeah, no point in pitting there. I thought if everyone pitted, then you go for pit. But if they don't, you don't. Yeah, we'll have 2 laps of racing at the end of this. It's guaranteed to come in at the end of lap 24. Guaranteed. Yeah, so Rusty now going to try and hold on, and I think he'll do well. But penalties now really come into it. So Stonks and Snipes with 3 seconds each. Mary could steal the podium off them. Millsy we could see up there as well. 3 people ahead of him with penalties. And remember, Luicino on the soft compound tyre. We'll see. Levi straight line everyone to win. I mean, it would work. Do a Dan Tickton. You could do a Dan Tickton and it would work, you know. Just overtake 10 cars under the safety car and take out Rusty. I have to say, Dan Tickton is going to fit in very, very well in Formula E because there's a lot of banging wheels and a lot of car touching in Formula E. I think he'll do quite well. Although he is... Oh! Stokes almost losing it there. Very, very close to spinning under safety car. We're still under safety car speeds. If you listen very faintly, you can hear the sound of the Aston Martin, I think, ahead. He gets closer. Yeah, you can just about hear the Aston Martin V8 engine. It's very nice. I think this is the first season that that the Series 1 has been streamed. Actually, yeah. Of course, it's always been streamed on Limitless's POV. As he's doing so right now, but yeah, I think this is the first one that's being streamed by a commentator. So yeah, that's good. Love to see that. And also next week, let's try and double these numbers. Yeah, let's try and get ourselves right the way up into 40, maybe even the 50s. That'd be absolutely amazing. Steal all the Limitless's viewers and get them all in here instead. Season 1, yeah, okay. So Season 1 was streamed, not Season 2. We're on Season 3, yes, I think. Yeah, Limitless always streams. Yeah, we need to steal all of his viewers. That'd be great. We need to steal all his viewers and get them to watch this instead. They get a better view. This way. And he gets 40,000 views on his YouTube afterwards if he cuts it down into a clips montage. Oh, he streams a couple of seconds. Yeah, he probably set that to a delay. I physically can't set it to a delay. I don't have a PC, so I can't. I don't think that's the only way you can set a delay. So yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised to get so many views. He's a good content creator. What he does, what his content is good. You can't deny. Rusty's gone already. Hello, IFC Racing. How are you? What? I mean... Yeah. Rusty's got a great start. He's already 8/10 ahead of Limitless. Limitless not seemingly holding on. Remember, DRS will not be reactivated before the end. There will be no more DRS. MBSFN drops quite far down there. Levi trying to hold on, and Alex Geno trying to go around the outside of Levi at the moment, but not quite managing to make it. And we have a yellow flag in Sector 1 for someone. That is for Ollie. Ollie is spun, unfortunately for him. Stonks at the moment will lose a decent amount of places, so he won't lose Snipe's position, but that gap, so we'll go a second, and so he'll drop down into about P7, about, maybe not P7, he'll drop about P5 all Stonks, so, you know, yeah, hopefully they all join the interview, that'd be good. And Rusty, 1 second ahead, looking amazing at the moment. I mean, Limitless was looking for a new league, so he's got one, and it's BRS. He's looking for a fast league. He's found a fast league. Stonks, I don't think is going to be able to hold on to a podium position here, as Geno and Wookie fighting. Geno going around the outside of Wookie. This is for the final points-paying position. Oh, they touch and Wookie spins out. He's out of the race. He's not out of the race. He's got major damage, though, and will not score points. He'll have to go a whole lap with no front wing. Brian's out, and Ollie's gone, so Alpha Tauri has come crashing down for them. And we have yellow flags in Sector 1 and Sector 3. Wookie also retiring now as well. MBSFN getting past Supply Raptor, trying to hold on here. Can MBSFN make this happen down the inside? They will touch wheels if they brake later. He does brake later, and they do touch wheels. And Alpha going down the inside of MBSFN as well. Alpha trying to make a double overtake. Can he make it happen? He's still trying. Yes, he can make it happen. Up into P12, Alpha goes. And Levi now up into P8, but I think that's where he's going to stay. I might have, yeah. I might have. Why aren't I racing after my win yesterday? Because I'm awful at Britain, and I won in Tier 6. And this is... I think I might have done a BRT esports race once. I might have. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not racing because I'm nowhere near these guys' pace, and I will happily say that. And Rusty, he'll cross the line to win. He started in P11, and he takes the win. 11th to first for Rusty. Limitless second, and it will be Mary in third, Stonks fourth, Millsy fifth, Snipes in sixth, Lou in seventh, Kimmy eighth, Alpha ninth, and Levi takes 10th in the end. I can try, whoever's on the IFC account, and Ollie comes home in last of the finishers. Who said, someone much further up said Murray's the best. And I think they've got that right. Yeah, Murray's better. It was you. I mean, he's on the podium, so you got that bit right. And, well, it is Rusty with the win. It's Limitless second, and it's Murray's third. Let's get them all in a party. If you've got any questions you want me to ask them, if you've got any questions specifically yourself, put them in the chat, and if it's a sensible suggestion, I'll ask them. What a race, though. What a race. That late safety car throwing Stonks off the podium. You did say Rusty would win. I doubted you from 11th. No one's joining. Well, that's sad. We'll do it again. Yeah, I will. Just didn't know if you wanted me to ask anything specific, something you were any of you were wondering during the race. Just asked if they would accept the invite for an interview. We'll see whether they do or not. I'll send another one just in case. That's Ollie. Invite to a party. Hello, Rusty. Hello. Mary still needs to join, and so does Limitless. But if you could accept your voice for the stream, Rusty, that'd be great.
Have done.
Perfect. Mate, talk us through your race. Of course, that qualifying didn't go too great, but your race went absolutely amazingly.
Yeah, thank you. Quali Q1 was good. Q2, the lap of mediums was it was a really good lap, but to lose out by 3 thousandths, it's not the best. Then it was just head down from there. I wanted to start on mediums, but I didn't want to risk it with safety car. Otherwise, race would have been over really. And softs, I just had to get the best starts possible. And luckily, I think I got to P6 maybe on the first lap. So I was right with the top guys. Levy was miles ahead. No one had the pace for him in the race. Well,
you were catching him. You were catching him near the end. You were catching him about 3/10 a lap at one point.
I'm not sure if he was saving BRS though, because it looked like he would pull away, and then he would drop off, and then he would pull away, and then he would drop off. So I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah. It was a bit weird, but you did catch on average, and then yeah, he made that.
I was so surprised why he pitted. It was such a shame. I just did not think he would, but that's the mistakes you make, and fortunately he made it. So take the win.
Yeah, you took the win in the end, and that of course puts you at the top of the standings because you are you've won the first race, so that puts you at the top. Does that add any pressure? You're a man that knows exactly how to win a championship, but does that add any pressure winning the first race? Do you feel obliged to have to win the next one and the next one and the next one?
No pressure really. It's just keeping the consistency throughout the season. If I can keep up my performance throughout the season, it's going to be spicy.
Yeah, and of course, Limitless hounding you the whole time. It's going to be a tight one in the championship between you, Limitless, Levy, and Stonks, I would say as well, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, well, good luck in the next race, mate, and we'll maybe see you in the interview box once again next week.
Fingers crossed.
Hello, Limitless. You snuck into the party there, and well done on your race there, mate. P2, very, very well done. And, well, you didn't quite have the pace in the race or qualifying to take the win. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, first of all, well done to Rusty. Yeah, his pace is just pretty scary at times on Xbox at the moment. He's absolutely rapid, so no, well done to him. Also super unlucky to Levy as well. I felt quite bad doing that dummy into the pits. I was hoping both of them would do it, but yeah, I've been there before, so no, I think he maybe deserved to win. Him and Rusty probably equally deserved to win today as well. And Rusty from where he started, and Levy just with his pace. So yeah, for some reason, yeah, this is one of my favourite tracks to drive for sure. But yeah, for some reason, this wasn't really clicking today. Drove a bit better towards the end of the race when I was behind Rusty with the older tyres. Drove quite well there, but yeah, I think I was quite lucky to get P2 today. So yeah, like Rusty said, I think it's really going to be about consistency over the season. So normally that's my strong point. So if I can start to turn it up as well going through the next 3 races, it's going to be a pretty exciting season.
It really is, isn't it? And that early strategy call was very, very bold. That was extremely early, but that's exactly what got you up into P2.
Yeah, I was hoping it would do more than that. I was hoping it would get me to near Levy because I really wanted to try and clear Rusty and Stonks, and then try and get in Levy's DRS, and then just hang on and try and force them to pit early as well. But no, their pace was really, really good. I barely did the overcut on them, so yeah, I think their pace, them four them three were very, very fast, and I think there's a number of drivers who can win many races this season. So yeah, GG to them. Yeah, good. I'm quite happy with that result in the end. So yeah, move on to USA. So it should be good.
Yeah, you 100% should be happy with it. Of course, you're looking for that championship this season. You won the championship last season, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you're looking to get back to back, and we'll see whether you can manage it. It's going to be a tough one. You got Rusty and Levy in your way. Rusty at the moment, but we'll see, won't we?
Yeah. No, really looking forward to it. GG.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching then, and well done to Rusty and Limitless on their podiums. Of course, Rusty with the win. Thank you all for watching. What a race, and I can't wait for next week. Goodbye, guys.